How are you? What is going on, Team USS Rockstar Nation? I hope you had an amazing holiday. I went to do a training video because it's so hard to get you guys together for a team call. We'll work on that later in 2015, I guess, one of my new goals. So we're just doing a recorded video, and what this is going to be is part 2 to how to invite people and how to get them to look at a tool. How to get them to look at a video, how to get them to check out a webinar, get an opportunity call, etc. And this is going to be the follow-up to that. So go ahead and get your pens and your pencils or whatever and take a couple notes because you want to be able to remember this. Of course, you could play it back 100 times, but writing it down for me sticks, so that may help you too. All right, so you got this person and you text them and ask them, have they ever considered? Have they ever considered being a coach? Have they ever considered being a challenger, etc.? They look at the video, they listen to the call, whatever tool you use, they went to your website. After that, you have to follow up. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this saying, but the money is in the follow-up. And that is truly the truth, because the fact of the matter is life is crazy, life is busy, and people get busy. And it's not that they're trying to blow you off. They totally forget a lot of times. You will have some people who are trying to blow you off. However, most of the time, life gets really busy. I know for me, my schedule is redonkulous. So I can imagine, if I had like children to add on to that factor. So we're going to talk about the 6 questions that you're going to ask after you share a tool with a potential client or prospect coach. Okay? The first question you're going to ask them is, what did you like best about the insert video, website, presentation, phone call, whatever? What did you like best? Why do we ask what do you like? What do you like best? Because we want to keep the positivity going. If we go, hey, what did you think? No one ever automatically goes to the positivity. They go exactly to the negative. Well, I don't think I have enough time to do it. Well, how much is this going to cost? How long is this going to take? But if you ask them, hey, what did you like best? What comes back is, well, I like the part about. I like the part about making money. I like the part about losing weight. I like the part about helping others. I like the part about maybe being able to stay home with my children. That's what you're looking for, the positivity. You want to pull out what they like, and then we will roll with that. Because whatever it is they like is attached to some other reason that they like it. Something that's deeper, something that means a lot more to them, and something that impacts them much more. All right? So question number 2 is, where do you see yourself doing this on a scale of 1 to 10? Now remember, this is sort of the business opportunity that I'm going through this with, but it can be applied to challengers, and I'll kind of mix it up both ways for you. So you'll say, what on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Anything above a scale of a 3 is like, okay, got something to work with, okay? A 1 or a 2, you can still talk to them, but above a 3 or above is something that means they have enough interest that they're willing to hear you out and willing to see what you have to say. After they do that, your next question is, how much money would you need to make it worth your while? Okay, so the ball's in their court. They need to let you know what they want to make. This lets you know what kind of coach they're trying to be, or what kind of business person they're trying to be. Are they trying to be somebody who replaces their income? Are they trying to be somebody who just wants to get the products for a discount, or just want to help some people, or whatever? But it will let you know what kind of coach they're trying to be, right? All right, so once they let you know how much money they want to make, you need to ask them, hey, how many hours are you willing to spend each week on your business, or each day on your business? I'm a firm believer in 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week for me is that great medium when you're first getting started, because 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, you can break it up 45 minutes. An hour and a half a day, over the course of the week. But 8 to 10 hours, I would say, is a really good starting point for somebody who just wants to make a supplement to their income. They just want to pay extra bills, just have a little extra fun money or whatever. 10 hours is awesome. And actually, you can make more than just fun money working your business 10 hours a week, actually. So you want to ask them that because you need to get an idea of, somebody who wants to, because we need to be realistic. Somebody who wants to make $200,000 a year who only wants to spend 5 hours a week on their business, that's not realistic. And we need to let them know that, because we are not people who are distrusting or dishonest, and we're not people who mislead. So we need to let them know, like, hey, dude, 4 hours a week, $200,000 a year, get your life. That's not happening. Bring them back down to reality. I think a lot of times people do that to challenge you so that you have to say, oh, no, that can't be done. But that's not the case. It can be done. You just need to put in more hours. Okay? So the next thing you want to ask is, after you ask how much money and how many hours, how many months are you willing to work at it to see that realization? So somebody who wants to make an extra $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, how many months are you willing to put in that 10 hours or that 12 hours, or that 8 hours each month or each week over the course of how many months? So are you willing to work at it for a year? Are you willing to work at it for 2 years? For me, when I got started, I said, hey, I'm going to give it a year, okay? I'm going to give it a year. I got to make it a year. Well, the problem was I got to a year, and even though I haven't actually quit yet, and I'm not making, 5 figures a month, I am making money, so I'm not quitting. Like, I'm just not going to give it up after a year when I know that in another year I can double what I've already done. So you need to give yourself a year. I tell newbies, give yourself a year, seriously. But that's not the point. You just want to know how long they're willing to work it, because then you can be realistic with them. I'm sorry, I kind of got off focus here, but I'm a firm believer in giving it a year. Give it a year. It's like trying out a new job, and somebody asks you, how is it? Well, 2 weeks in, yeah, it still seems great. Ask me again in 6 months. You know what I mean? All right. So those were the first 4 questions. What did you like best? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? How much money would you like to make? How many hours are you willing to spend? Question 5 was, how many months are you willing to work at it? Okay. And then the 6th step or question, or however you want to word this, I'm going to read off here so that we do it word for word. If I could show you, so this person wanted to make an extra $1,000 a month. They wanted to do 10 hours a week, and they're willing to work at it for 6 months or 1 year. Let's say 1 year because I'm biased. 1 year. If I could show you how to make $1,000 a month, working 10 hours a week, in 6 to 8 months, would you do it? That's the final question, because you've answered all the solutions. The thing is, we can make as much money as we want. We have to be willing to put in the effort. If you're not inviting people, if you're not doing challenge groups, if you're not being a role model, you're not going to pull people in. You're not going to attract people, and you're not going to make the money you want. But if you're doing those things, you are inviting. You are sticking to your personal development, right? You are being a product of the product, right? You will bring in that money. You just have to put in the effort and put in the time. So if I've answered all your questions and I said, hey, what if I told you I can help you make the $1,000 a month working the 10 hours a week in the next 6 to 8 months? What's up? I just told you I can help you do it. So do you want to do it or not? Now, I'm not going to say that every single person is going to be like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But you do get a much better response when you follow up with these 6 questions, because you're not giving them room for excuse. You're answering their questions and you're giving them the solution. So at that point, it's like you just don't want to do it. Does that make sense? All right. So if they're still rejecting after that, that's fine. Let them go. You don't want those people. Okay. I know that sounds crazy. You're probably thinking, oh no, I want anybody who will sign up. Not really the case, because you don't want to become a babysitter. You don't want to become a mother. You want to be a mentor. You want to be a coach. You want to be somebody who pushes your team and they're motivated, but you keep them going, kind of thing, So you don't want every single person. So if they're still not interested, just let them go. It's totally fine, okay? But what you will ask is a 7th question. Well, do you know anybody who's motivated? Do you know anybody who's hungry and wants to increase their income? Do you know anybody who wants a different life and wants to do something about it? Do you know anybody who may be interested? And you can ask that in any variations of what I just gave you. But referrals are a great way to grow your business. So they may not want to do it, but they may have a buddy who stays in the gym and he's complaining because he needs a new car, to get around in. Hey, he might be interested in it, right? So you want to make sure you ask that question, because and a lot of times what I find is that, people like to follow other people. They want to be part of the crowd. And when they just refer their buddy and all of a sudden their buddy gets into it, you'll be surprised who comes back talking to you, to be perfectly honest with you. So you definitely want to do that. And just real quick at the end of this, I just want to give you just a little nugget to take home with you. Remember this, MMA. Money making activities. Money making activities. Are you doing busy work? To avoid doing money making activities. What are money making activities? Money making activities are contacting, messaging, and training new team members. 80% of your time needs to be doing that. Are you doing that? Are you messaging, inviting, contacting, and training team members 80% of the time? If you're not doing that, you're not making yourself any money, okay? Don't get me wrong. Do your Facebook post, do your Instagram post, do whatever it is you need to do, but get to inviting, because if you don't invite, people don't know you're there. They don't know what you're doing, and they don't even know that they could use what you have, because nobody knows, right? All right, so at the end of the day, make sure you're doing your MMA, all right? And these questions are definitely part of your MMA. I hope you have an awesome Monday night. And remember, you guys can text me, call me, Facebook me anytime you need to. Talk to you soon. Peace.